All right, everybody, I'm Eric with Eric's Excursions. Today, I'm in Bartow, Florida. Just want to show you guys a little bit of history around here. It is pretty interesting. So let's explore this together. And today, I am now standing in front of the old Polk County Courthouse. Let me give you a few facts, a few fun facts. The old Polk County Courthouse. Polk County was established February 8th, 1861, formed from eastern Hillsborough County and western Brevard County, and comprised one of two counties created after the state's succession from the Union. Polk County was named after James Knox Polk, the 11th President of the United States. Polk served from 1845 to 1849 and was the first president to hold office after Florida achieved statehood. The turbulent 1860s saw Polk's seat of government change several times. This is the old courthouse. It is very old, as you can tell. They're doing some restoration work on it. I wanted to go inside the museum to check it out, but it is closed until July 15th. And I think today is June 4th. No, it's June 7th. Today is June 7th. 2025, quarter to 5 p.m. But unfortunately, it is closed. So we'll have to go look at some other things. And there is a lot of other things to see around here. A lot of history. I actually want to go to the Fort Blount site and tell you a few things about that. And that is actually just steps away. So I will talk about that once I get over there. But yeah, they're doing a lot of restoration work on this 150-year-old building. The city of Bartow. Settlement of the city of Bartow began in 1850 with the arrival of James D. and Eliza W. Green. In 1851, the Blount family, led by patriarch Reading Blount, settled near the site and eventually purchased the Green homestead. This site would become the homestead for members of the Blount extended family and 12 enslaved persons, forming the earliest pioneer community at what was then known as Pease Creek, and I believe it is now called Peace Creek, if I'm not mistaken. So it looks like this immediate area about 200 years ago was the first settlement, but let's go make sure that I'm correct about that. The Third Seminole War, 1855 to 1858, brought renewed uncertainty to the growing community. Families sought safety in numbers, prompting the construction of a block house at the Blount family homestead. During the American Civil War, the post office at Fort Blount was named Bartow in recognition of war veteran Francis S. Bartow. Looks like he was a member of the Confederate States of America. He was a part of the Confederacy. In 1866, wealthy cattle baron Jacob Summerlin donated 128 acres of his land to Bartow for public use. Summerlin's land grant included 40 acres for a courthouse, establishing Bartow as the seat of government for Polk County. See the other side. Okay, let's see what's on the other side. On July 1st, 1882, 22 male residents of the community, both black and white, voted to incorporate the city of Bartow. These residents adopted a city seal to include the Latin phrase Rus in Urbi, I'm sure I said that wrong, which was later rewritten Urbs in Rur, meaning town in the country. I don't know Latin, so I apologize to any Latin speaking people. I'm sure I hacked that one up. This is downtown Bartow. I don't think I've ever been down here except for jury duty, but I've never even walked around downtown area. But it looks like there's a lot under construction right now. Downtown looks to be pretty small. So downtown Bartow's got that any small town USA feel, kind of like Main Street USA. Got some little Mexican restaurant here. We got Cuban restaurant over there. Different things like that. Here's the back side of the courthouse. It's on the registered National Historic Places in America. It's got that middle dome. But yeah, it's got a small town, classic Americana type of feel to it. It's like a nice town, small town. Okay, I think I'm coming up on the marker that indicates the site of the first settlement in Bartow in the mid 1860s. 22 people. I guess they camped out right in this little area right here, and they had to build a structure to protect themselves from, I believe that it's what was said to be attacks from Seminole Indians. And I apologize if I got that wrong. I'm just going off memory, but that's what I believe what was going on was that situation. All right, let's see what this says right here. Fort Blount Park, dedicated to the founders and citizens of Bartow, July 2nd, 2002. Still looking for something else to give me a clue that I'm in the right location. Let's see. I know I'm really close because this is where the GPS took me. So maybe this is it. We'll find out in a moment. But can you imagine 200 years ago, almost 200 years ago, this little area was a settlement for 22 people? Who had to protect themselves from Indian attacks? A lot of history written on these columns. James Van Fleet was born in Courthouse, New Jersey in 1892. Grew up in Bartow. Family of modest means. And there's a street or a road named after him. Albert Blanding, famous guardsman. Okay, here we go. All right, you guys, found something. On today's excursion, we have success because, and I have to go around the other way. I don't know why that was on the other side, but we're just gonna have to reach over. Reading Blount Party. In October 1851, a party of 21 white pioneers and 12 Negro slaves led by Reading Blount settled near this site. Blount's 4 sons, Riley with his wife and 4 children, Owen with his wife and 2 children, Nathan and Jehu, along with his son-in-law, Streety Parker with his wife and 2 children, and 1 John Davison with his wife and 1 child, made up Bartow's first permanent colony. The settlement became known as Fort Blount. So I believe it's got to be this location because everything's Fort Blount around here. There's Fort Blount Street, which is right over there. They're talking about it here, and GPS brought me here. I need one more one more clue. I just want to make sure that this is the site. Now right there is the new courthouse. So if you get jury duty, most likely, that's actually, could be the jail. No, that's the courthouse. That's the courthouse. I've had jury duty. Well, I've had to show up for jury duty several times, but never got selected. Well, let's see what we got here. Uh-oh, look at this. I found it. It is confirmed. Site of Fort Blount, established 1853 and used as a place of refuge for the settlers of this community during the Seminole Indian War, 1855 to 1858. Name changed to Bartow in 1867 in honor of Confederate General Francis S. Bartow. And this monument here was erected by Bartow Chapter Daughters of the American Revolution in 1947. Wow, I found it. We have success today. So this is confirmed. This is the site of where those first settlers in 1855. So what is that? That's see, it's 2025, so it's 170 years. Can you imagine? Right here in this spot. Sorry about my camera. Right here in this spot, 22 settlers came here. Why'd they choose this spot? I don't know. I really wonder. I'd like to know. But this plot, and they had to protect themselves from attacks, so they had to build a structure. Really interesting. I'll have to look that up. So this is Fort Blount. A little bit of history for you guys today, right here in Bartow, Florida. Also, just probably a mile or two away from here is America's oldest man. He died, he claimed to be 136 years old when he passed away, and he's buried close by. I did a video on him not that long ago. Just scroll down, go over to my channel, scroll down, and you'll see a picture of a gravestone. Go check that out. That's also here in Bartow. Thanks for joining me, guys. Everyone have a good day, good weekend. Today is Saturday. So, all right, thank you. Thanks for watching. Site of Fort Blount.